With an update on Goldberg's talks with AEW and more, this is Wrestling Hub. My name is John and you're watching the Wrestling Report. Before we get into the rest of the video, make sure you subscribe to Wrestling Hub and turn on all notifications to stay up to date with everything in the world of pro wrestling. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Hub Official and follow us on Twitter at Wrestling_Hub. Taking to Instagram, Santos Escobar revealed the gift he got his mother as he wrote, "Thank you, Lucha Libre. One of the most beautiful satisfactions in life, being able to take care of my parents. I got my mom a house. I'm beyond grateful. Again, gracias, Lucha Libre." Recalling his quick victory over John Cena at Hell in a Cell in 2015, Alberto Del Rio told Sportskeeda, "I learned how to have fun from him. And it was him that night in the Staples Center telling Vince, no, El Presidente is coming back, and we owe him that for what happened with the social media guy. So, no, 2 minutes. I couldn't believe it. I was like, are you sure, John? Okay, so thank you, John, for that moment. Thank you, WWE. Thank you, Vince, Paul Levesque, and everybody involved for bringing me back." When it comes to details on the meeting that took place prior to Double or Nothing for AEW, Sean Ross Sapp said, "The meeting was led by new public relations hire Adam Hopkins, who had over 25 years experience in WWE and was looked at as a shocking firing earlier in 2023. Hopkins has been with AEW the last couple months and had been backstage recently. We're told that he spoke on some favored terms, some preferences of AEW as a company, and offered some of his experience to the meeting. The importance of media literacy was stressed in the meeting as well. Talent were told that they're aware that plenty of them speak with dirt sheets, but to make sure to establish off the record in particular situations and to make sure that those they're speaking with are aware of what that term means. We're told that this didn't seem like a finger-wagging situation and was more about informing talent and staff how to better protect themselves and the company from misinformation." Ringside News added that Bryan Danielson also reportedly spoke at the meeting. He apparently said that maybe he isn't the best person to give advice considering that when he was supposed to be promoting a Kenny Omega match, instead he garnered headlines about how he said apples were tree semen. Claudio Castagnoli spoke and put forth the importance of media interviews as a way to promote yourself, your story, and the on-screen program. It was also noted that those that we spoke to about the meeting spoke highly of it, specifically Hopkins. His experience was put over by numerous in attendance at the meeting, and one top talent had referred to him as a game-changing hire for the company in that particular department. Another talent said that the meeting was very useful. For an interview with Fightful, Will Ospreay revealed moves that he is hesitant to execute, saying, "There's been a few. I'm scared of doing the shooting star press again. I nearly messed it up a little while ago. I'd done it on a random indie show, and as I started going, I got stuck. Thankfully, I knew which way was up and down, so I was able to push through it. Even my physio said it's not fully healed. So there is a chance if you're lifting someone over your head, this could rip off again. It is making me question whether I should be doing the Stormbreaker anymore. That is the biggest move that I have. I hit that, it's game over, but I am scared, bro. It is one of those things where I don't want to be out for 9 months. I don't want to be out for a year, so I've got to think about what's worth it now. If it means I've got to say goodbye to Stormbreaker, then I just gotta perfect the Hidden Blade more and hopefully that'll do the job." Touching on plans for the feud between Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar, Steve Carey of Ringside News wrote that Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes saw a referee stoppage to their match at Night of Champions. Now they share one win each. Ringside News has been able to confirm that fans will see Lesnar versus Rhodes 3 because that is 100% the plan. As Becky Lynch ended up bloodied at the Night of Champions event on Saturday, an update on her status was given by Steve Carrier as he said several fans were worried about Becky Lynch when she ended up with a bloody nose at Night of Champions. There was Nia Jax broken nose vibes for a bit. We have reached out to 100% confirm Becky Lynch's status. She did not suffer a broken nose, so she is fine. She will also be on Raw this week. Explaining why the 4-way AEW World Title match did not go on last at Double or Nothing, president of the company Tony Khan said during the post-show media scrum, "Well, I always put a lot of thought to it. I'll go back to the first Double or Nothing we did in Jacksonville, really both the Double or Nothings we did in Jacksonville, and it was a very similar thought process. You know, the weekend at the show, looking at everything we built, it felt like I'll go back to the original Stadium Stampede. It felt like the match should go on last. I remember talking to Moxley and Brody, and they had no issue with that. They thought doing a double main event would be great, and it was. You know, Moxley and Brody had a great main event, and we went out and had a great double main event with the first ever Stadium Stampede. Then at next year's Double or Nothing, we had a 3-way match with Kenny Omega, Pac, and Orange Cassidy. It was a great classic world title match, and then we followed it up with the second Stadium Stampede. So we had this wild, crazy multi-man matches, and actually, when you look at Double or Nothing historically, this has almost become the norm because 3 of the 5 shows you've had with a double main event where you had the world title match and it was first 2 wrestlers one-on-one with Jon Moxley and Brody Lee, and then you had the 3-way match next year, which was the first part of the double main event. This year, the great 4-way match with MJF, Jungle Boy, Darby Allin, and Sammy Guevara, and in each case, you end it with an amazing multi-person brawl. The Stadium Stampede we did at Jacksonville, really different from what we did with Anarchy in the arena, but it felt like going back to that might be the right way to go, and I think it worked really well. And just like those Double or Nothing shows ended hot with back-to-back great matches, I thought we did it again tonight as we ended it with hot back-to-back matches. That's become kind of a theme with Double or Nothing. Asked about details regarding their new show set to debut next month, Tony Khan noted at that same media scrum, "Yes, we're definitely being paid for Collision and being paid very well. Yes, in addition to Dynamite and Rampage. We got a new contract. It's more money, but it's the same length of time. I was very excited about it. It was a great opportunity for us. It's certainly very expensive to produce a 2-hour live TV show, and on the weekend, doing it every week, it's not going to be cheap, but it's going to be great. It was a great opportunity for the company to get more revenue to do more TV, but also grow another brand in addition to what we do with Dynamite and Rampage. It will be added production costs, and now we're not producing Dark and Elevation, so there is some cost saving there. There will be increased costs, but it will also definitely increase revenue though, not only the ticket sales and the merch sales, but through license fees that we're making because of an incremental change, increasing our compensation for Collision." Following the Elite's loss to the Blackpool Combat Club at Double or Nothing, Kenny Omega would take the mic and say this after the show went off the air.
"I might not be the most popular guy backstage, but there's a bigger world than AEW, and I've still got at least 1 or 2 really good friends that can even up the odds. You guys stay tuned. We are not done. This is not over." Evil sheep! Evil sheep!
With Kris Statlander returning at Double or Nothing and winning the TBS title from Jade Cargill, this was said by Sean Ross Sapp about how long this had been planned. Kris Statlander is back, and we have many details around the situation after she won the AEW TBS Championship. Statlander had been planned as the person to take the TBS title from Jade Cargill for quite some time, dating back at least several weeks we've learned, and there's more than meets the eye. Fightful has learned that Jade Cargill is slated to take some time off soon, if not immediately, before returning to the ring with a personality shift down the road. Statlander has been on the road with AEW often during her recovery and was actually working out in the ring ahead of a recent AEW Dynamite. As it appeared that MJF may have come out of his match at Double or Nothing injured, this was said by PW Insider. The update on AEW champion MJF is that while he banged up his forearm last night when Darby Allin landed on his arm during a top rope powerbomb spot, the belief is he is okay and didn't break anything. We were told he's not expected to miss any time. While CM Punk is preparing to return to AEW for the debut of Collision, this was said about his whereabouts for the promotion's most recent event. CM Punk was not backstage at Double or Nothing. We were told that everything in regards to his return has been resolved, and he's expected to be there for the Collision premiere on June 17th in Chicago. Brody King would post a photo of himself with Punk, riding from the pay-per-view to the Punk show. Going back to the media scrum after Double or Nothing, Tony Khan said this about his talks with Goldberg. "Yeah, I've talked to Bill Goldberg. It wouldn't be that unusual. I've talked to Bill when he's not been under contract at times, and I have a good relationship with Bill. I have had a good conversation with him, but I've had a lot of great conversations with Bill. His family has done a lot of great things in Jacksonville. He's related to the Wolfson family who built the Wolfson Children's Hospital in Jacksonville. Bill is a great former football star. I worked in football, and it's a big part of my life. We have a lot in common, and we have a lot of mutual friends, and I have a really good relationship with Bill. I like him a lot. As to what I've talked to him about, I would say that's just between the two of us. It was a good chat. I like Bill a lot. He's a great guy." And this was your pro wrestling news update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all later.